It's the grand finals between Dizi and Navi, with the winner taking home $15,000 and that very first golden ticket. Dizi consists of a lineup of Cynthy, Hawk, Mask, Fluxy, and Darkstar, and they've made their run through the upper bracket. But they're going up against Navi, Gaku, Claus, Yatta, Kazuma, and Stars, and they have made their run through the lower bracket to get to this point, to have their shot trying to get that golden ticket.
Carbonfin, it's going to be our grand final. Two of our top teams in Clash Clans Esport, and here we go. Gaku is underway with a Root Rider Spirit Charge.
Navi has to win 2 matches in a row. This one and the next one force that bracket reset in order to have a chance at taking home the golden ticket. They've run through the lower bracket, and this is the match that they've been wanting to make it to. Good luck, as Gaku is sending in the Royal Champion through this bottom side. Look at that Spirit Fox still alive here. If he's able to pull through and get that Monolith, though, there's no way he can get that Monolith. There's only 1 Invis left, and then he'll have to pull that RC back with that recall.
Yeah, but he might be able to get the scatter shot here, which would be a big pickup. The heavy hitting defense. Spirit Fox is going to go ahead and activate one more time before being taken out there, and then the recall spell is going to bring that Royal Champion back into his back pocket. He does have that poison spell on the furnace, and it's kind of like old school Clash where you'd poison those clan castle troops and they would just sit in it because that furnace is a stationary unit. So getting that furnace out early, identifying that he pulled that out is a great play. King goes ahead and opens up these walls with the Earthquake Boots. Queen is working in. Here comes the Headhunter to help deal with this enemy King. Everything is going to plan so far here for Gaku as he's going to take the Monolith down with the Log Launcher.
And I love that skeleton spell placement. If he dropped it on top of the Monolith, then the multis would have hit it with Splash, but kept it far enough away so that it was distracted and the skeletons survived longer. But the Royal Champion is moving in with the Root Riders to the bottom side as he does rage up and pairs in that Warden Eternal Tome. Queen is following into the core behind the Yetis from that Log Launcher, so the Queen is getting some fantastic value as he still has an Overgrowth to use.
Lots of value to be had here, and there goes that Overgrowth that you just mentioned, Carbon. It's going to shut down that top right side of the base. Plenty of Root Riders here should be able to make their way into the Town Hall. He doesn't have a whole lot of offensive units left, though. He does have some Super Barbarians, which are always amazing for that back end, but keep an eye on that Merge multi defense. That thing can deal out the damage, but he does finally get it down there with the Royal Champion Spears. But man, he still got some heavy hitting defenses, and the Queen sitting right there as well.
Yeah, and those Super Barbs all went in together so that they can tank the damage of the multi-arch tower. Royal Champion can continue to move in and not get hit, but unfortunately, their Root Riders have all disappeared, and this one is falling quite a bit short. Not only is it just getting a 2-star, but it's a low percent.
Wow.
One of the lowest ones we've seen here this weekend in the mid-60s, 67. Okay, he'll approach in the 70s as he has to clean up on the left side of the space with 1 more balloon. But this is the defense that Dizi's been strong, been known for getting in this monthly finals, and Gaku unfortunately not able to start off strong. So it's going to be a 75% roughly. Don't think the mini will take out the storage there, as Navi is going to look to hopefully hold Dizi to a low percentage in their first attack.
Gaku's kind of struggled a little bit today. I mean, this one's 75%. That's very, very low. That is definitely not the way to start.
Throughout all the months of qualifying, whoever has the most points gets a golden ticket, and then all 2 through 9th place will compete in the last chance qualifier for the final golden ticket. But we have Hawk charging in towards the top side, just like many other attacks that we've seen this weekend with the Invis spells, protecting that Royal Champion before that recall.
What'll be interesting to see is Dizi, if they want to, they can play in other qualifiers, so they can kind of take out some of the teams that might be their competition, so to speak, if they do get the golden ticket here. Whoever gets the golden ticket, they are welcome to play in the rest of the qualifiers. I mean, there's a lot of prize money on the line, but also you can take some of those points away from some of those other top teams. Hawk is making his way right through this Town Hall early. I love this early approach to the Town Hall, getting that major threat out of the way. Love the Troop Launcher in there. We've talked about that throughout the tournament. Just provides so many nice tanky units in there. Here comes the Furnace and the Ice Golems. Guys, if you're watching at home, take note. Pros are using 2 Ice Golems in a Furnace. something you might want to try out in your own clan castles.
But the key in this attack was pulling all those red air bombs, which now these healers will stay protected, moving right past that town hall compartment. And the last troop getting launched from the troop launcher, we see his Yetis coming in there as he continues his way around towards the backside of this base. Still has another Invises to use. The Skeleton Spell trying to distract the Monolith and the geared up Archer Tower there as the World Champion still moving in, grabbing that value. Finally it's going down, but he's got the King Queen still with abilities.
They're looking pretty strong through here, but there's still quite a bit of base, so almost half the base still remaining. Still has plenty of support though, still has a rage spell, still has invisibility. Queen's gonna have to deal with that enemy king, which is always a problem because that enemy king's gonna deal 20% extra damage. Meanwhile, his queen's gonna deal 20% less, and he missed the invis on the queen. He was trying to just clip her a little bit so she could still target that king. So it forces out the ability, forces the action figure, so the giant now on the board, which isn't a bad thing. It's gonna provide a lot of tanking, but it's gotta get out in front of all these units.
Yeah, with the rage now helping move his way through to the right side. Does have to get into this Monolith. We do have the Sneezy Booger getting out in front, but the giant makes his way into the Monolith, helps to take that down, moving across, but he's going to move back to the outside with these roots. At least there's one there that can open walls leading towards that scatter shot. With the King ability, I'm liking this as the Queen is still alive.
Oh, it's looking really good as Hawk is making his way to the final approach on this base, and he's looking to land with the 3-star for Dizi. Still plenty of force through there, just gotta get through that enemy queen, that multi-archer tower. That's gonna go down. And it's just that multi-inferno, the last remaining base. But yeah, Sneezy's gonna come over and take it out with the boogers there. King's still beefy enough.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, look at the time. Look at the time, though. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. The Sneezy can't die. Sneezy, don't die. King, you need to die! Oh my gosh, it's one
Wait, no, there's a booger there! Oh no! Oh, 99
Bash,
Carbon.
why did you have to say it? Why did you have to say it, Bash?
Sneezy was looking so good. What do you mean? It should have got there. Sneezy was so strong. I might be the best base builder with the Bash jinxes. I will say I've had a lot of jinxes throughout these couple of days, but it just goes to show how unexpected the hard mode is. You forget how powerful those extra 20% factors in so much on these defenses, and it can really just wipe out what looks to be a strong force. They can just disappear in an instant. Here we go with another spirit charge here for Kazuma. Went with the dragons in that last war, clutch hit, but switching it back to the ground and pound strategy here.
Yeah, that World Champion is gonna make her way. Looks to be to the right, unless he does make the air defense invisible with the arch tower, multi-arch tower. Okay, goes invisible again. A Tessa pops, which is gonna continue to pull the World Champion to the bottom spot. Notice that Spirit Fox is dead. Giant bumps, small bumps. As the RC got one invis left, goes to the left and not into this Monolith.
Oh man, if he could have got to that mono, that would have been crazy value. It's actually going to get this headhunter out. That'll actually be pretty nice. The electro boots will take that out and pulls the clan castle completely out. He can now poison that furnace and just let that poison work away for a few seconds, and it'll ramp up that damage over time. Meanwhile, the ice golems are going to come down to the bottom where that barbarian is. It's a great start. He could have maybe got a little bit more if the RC would have went to the monolith, but I don't think he was overly concerned about that. I think, let's see if he goes in from the left side or if he takes the far approach. I think the safer approach here would go in at that left side towards that ricochet cannon and get to that merge multi-tower first. Yeah, and that looks exactly like what he's going to do. Oh, look at this, Carbon. Angry Jelly on the queen. She's going to target those defenses.
Yeah, defense to defense, fouled right behind that golem, but the defensive minion prince is over there as well, so the queen can clear him. As the root riders healers are down to move their way in, can Valks come back into the core? No, a handful are running off to the left side. It won't join in, but actually, wait, the wall's open, so they can come back. Okay, they're just kind of moving back around, but they does find the tornado trap, moving straight towards the core into the town hall.
Did he just only have invisibility? What? I don't know what equipment he had on that queen. She went invisible, so he definitely had invisibility valve, but I didn't see any healers or anything pop up like that. All right, interesting play. Town Hall is down right through there. Second star should be secured any moment now. King's working through there with all the snakes. Still plenty of roots in there. The healers are pretty protected. So this is exactly what you want, especially as you make it towards the end of this base. But now with the Fire Spitter and the Inferno, oh, look at that. Warden ability just on time. Kazuma timing it up perfectly here.
Yeah, with the Yetis continuing the rage spell from the defensive side, but he's also got the ability of the Warden's Rage Gem, raging everything up through here as the King, trying to stay alive to the outside, up top. Root Riders moving across, He's making his way to the backside of Monolith. We got a freeze. 5 super barbs left. It's up to the Raw champion. Continue to stay alive. There's the super barbs providing the distraction. The freeze onto the Monolith would be clutch here, but he's waiting while the booger of the Sneezy provided the distraction. He's moving in. Time is a ticket.
Go. It's so close. I don't want to say anything, Carmen. Oh, it looks good. He's got the tanking.
No.
Royal Champion's got to get it down. Oh, no, the time 3, 2. Can we get a click on his queen? I want to see the equipment. What was the queen equipment? I missed it completely. Oh, that's 98%. Oh, frozen arrow invis. Okay.
Darkstar is in. And let's see as he is trying to invest a Warden potential fireball, maybe? Let's see as it's going to be Root Riders, 6 lightning spells, a giant arrow for this queen, and no. Okay, so no Warden fireball. Just going to be the Angry Jelly to charge and grab some defenses, which will look to set that funnel.
I wonder if he's going to go with a double zap on these poison towers here, or if he's going to zap out something else and go with that giant arrow. He's got a nice little setup here, and he can really get some really good giant arrow. He could maybe even get both multis and both poison towers if he lines up this queen's arrow just right. Let's keep an eye on where he does come in with that, because he's got a lot of lightnings. He's got 2 earthquakes, so I think he might try to weaken up 2 structures and then send that giant arrow right across the base. There goes the quakes. There goes the zaps. And let's see if that giant arrow comes in. Takes out the multis. Perfect play from Darkstar.
To line up the arrow mid-attack while he's pulling the Warden to the right side is so difficult to do. And getting that value of both spell towers and multis, hats off to Darkstar, taking the risk and connecting with the value, as now Balloon's trying to get out in front of these healers, pops that Warden Eternal Tome. He's going to move his way towards the Town Hall and still has the ability of the King and Royal Champion.
How do these guys see this stuff? He only has a few minutes to plan his attack, and he comes up with that beautiful play. He had a nice anchor point down there in the bottom corner that he could shoot a perfect diagonal across the base, and that allowed him to just take out some of those big, strong structures. Taking out 2 poison towers and 2 multi-infernos is crazy, but it is a heavy spell investment, which means he doesn't have as many spells here for the back end, but he's still got a lot of force. Royal Champion is in there, Queen is in there, still has King with ability, and everyone is packed together. The Queen already popped off her action figure, so that giant's in there. Royal Champion gets out a little bit in front, but now she's got the hogs with the hog puppet. A lot of base, Carbon. This one could still go either way.
Yeah, with the Monolith to the backside, King's ability needs to be used at the perfect timing as he's continuing with the Royal Champion into the scatter. There's the freeze out, protect the RC. Remember, she will slowly gain health back, but I don't think it's going to be enough as the Ricochet Cannon now locks onto her. She's dead, but Queen is stuck behind this wall, which actually is benefiting the Queen, so she stays away from the Monolith as the other troops are slowly catching up to help protect this Queen.
Remember, she gets a little bit of passive healing just for having that action figure equipment on. So it's not the worst position to be in. Action figure does get taken out, does have the King Spiky Ball, as we just pointed out right there. King Spiky Ball launches through there. He's really just got to worry about this Monolith. He doesn't really have anything to get over there. Oh my goodness, look at this. Minion Prince just doing work on defense.
Oh, the Minion Prince picking things off. The 2 Yetis are there. The Giga Bomb actually can help with the Yeti Mites. Come on, Yeti Mites. Jump to the
Yeti Mites.
Jump to the Monolith.
Oh,
there's not
so
enough.
Close. Oh
no, the Tesla will pull some.
It's just going to be a fail. It's just going to be a fail. The Monolith. It's another 98, Carmen. Back-to-back 98s after a 99. We are 3 attacks in a row. 99, 98, 98 for 3 stars right now. He is one of the most clutch hitters on this Navi squad right now. He has been tearing it up in this hard motor. He's got the Root Riders. He's got the Spirit Charge setting up here. Can Yatta get Navi on the board? At this point, it has to be a triple for them to take the lead. They're 24% down. That is an insurmountable lead with the way Dizi is playing right now. And it's not to say that it can't happen, but Dizi have been really on fire, so close on all of their attacks. So Yatta needs this one to get through and be a 3-star.
One mistake can cost you this entire war. You cannot drop the spell at the wrong angle. 1 tile difference is all it can take here. As the invis spells are done, pull both the RC and the Spirit Fox back. Ooh, okay, he gets both, and that is super helpful, so that later on in the attack, if the Spirit Fox stays alive, then the RC can continue to go invisible. As now the Roots, Balloons, Healers are all down together with the recalled Royal Champion sending her in now into the bottom side. Will be able to use that War Internal Tome paired in with that Troop Launcher that is now sent in.
Pollen King spawning up those snakes to slither right across the base, but no help there on the Minion Prince. He does have the Ice Golems and the Furnace now pulled out of the Clan Castle. He's got a straight path thanks to that King to the Town Hall, but he needs someone over, and the Queen is going to come over and take out that Minion Prince to just beat away on his King and force that King to Phoenix. So the King will be out of commission once that Phoenix ability wears off here. So that's a big force to be worn down. But with the Warden ability protecting everything through the middle here, he's got a strong push. But man, look at these defenses, Carbon. It's not going to be easy at all.
Let's keep our eye on the healers. Can the healers stay alive? The Sneezy's got out in front of him, which could pull some traps with the boogers, which is fantastic. We got a few healers that went to the left, not moving to the main troops of the Root Riders. Queen stays on the outside, still has her ability. With another super wall breaker, 3 super barbs still to move around. The Royal Champion's barely alive. She's about to go down as the multi remains, and everything just faded away in the core.
That multi ate the healers alive, just as you mentioned them, Carbon. And this is what we're talking about in the hard mode. It can look so strong, it can look so good, and then just 14 seconds later, all of your troops are gone because you just went through the heaviest part of the base, and it is dealing 20% more damage than normal. He is going to run this one up a little bit higher than Gaku, so they will still have a percentage advantage. But oh wait, this is Navi attacking. This is going to hurt Navi even more. Excuse me, I had the roles reversed here. Oh no, Navi could not afford this mistake. They're going to have to hold a defense and have to get a 3-star here. My bad, guys. My numbers were all messed up in my head. This one does creep up almost to 90%, right at 90%. So did salvage some percent, but man, Navi cannot afford too many more mistakes. Keep an eye on the attack order. Cynthy is going to come in. Look at this, 4 Inferno Dragons. He does have the pants on the Minion Prince there, but 11 invisibility. He's going to go with that deep spirit charge, but also he's going to have the Queen working at the same time on the top side of the base. And when you're doing this, the spirit charge with all of your invisibilities, you have to kind of get the attack going. You really don't have too much choice. So you got to get something working, and he's going to elect to get that Queen in to take out the enemy Queen, enemy Minion Prince, and get as much value as possible on the top side of the base.
Yeah, that RC is slowly going to path her way through with the Invis, rerouting the RC up to the top side Scattershot, and then eventually through the core towards that Monolith as he got 6 more Invises to use. There it is. Oh, took 1 shot from the Monolith, but the Spirit Fox still alive, and that is clutch. That's key. Didn't find all the giant bombs to Tornado Trap, which means he has found the perfect entry for this Royal Champion.
Look at where he's at, Carbon. The Merge multi-tower, the Monolith now targeted, not to mention that multi-Inferno is being passively taken out. This is a huge pickup for Cynthy. He's going to move over to the Battle Builder next, and he can target another Inferno. This is insane value from the Spirit Charge. Get her away from those CC troops. He does just that. Can she get the Inferno? I don't think so, but man, what a charge.
Fantastic value from that Royal Champion. Again, didn't find the traps. Maybe the traps were placed on the other side of the base, and he just flipped the coin and got lucky on the entry with that Royal Champion. He'll take it. As the Dragons are moving in towards this Town Hall, Ice Golem's getting lured far to the right side to that one Archer. Hopefully Dragons don't get distracted on it as it's getting out of range. Slowly but surely still has the Stone Slammer, a Minion Prince, which is going to fly probably to the top side solo, as an Ice Hound's going to work through the left side behind a Stone Slammer.
The Ice Hound will have that little freeze effect, allowing that Stone Slammer to get a little bit of extra value when it does pop. There goes it pops. That's going to allow the Stone Slammer to go over and get that multi-Archer Tower down. The Dragons finally get through that Town Hall. That Town Hall was so beefy. Here comes that Tech Minion Prince from the top side. He did that in the last war and had a lot of success, but the Royal Champion's coming over and causing a little bit of issues. He does take a little bit less damage from that equipment, and Cynthy is looking really good here. There's no more air targeting defenses aside from that multi, and it's going to be the first 3-star, and that might be the nail in the coffin for Navi as Cynthy gets the job done for Dizi.
Cynthy delivers a 3-star for Dizi, and now Navi must 3-star back to back.
Putting some final details on his plan, and it is going to be a dragon attack, a heavy dragon attack, similar to what Cynthy just did here with 12 invisibility. So a heavy spirit charge. He's going to have to multitask a little bit while doing this.
So this means that Claus will be the final attacker for Navi, while over for Dizi, we still have Fluxy and Mask to attack, as Stars is sending that Royal Champion straight to the bottom side in towards this scatter shot. And he's got a lot of invases still. It's all about keeping this Royal Champion alive. Taking a few shots there, but the Spirit Fox is still there. Poison, ooh, knock it and launch times that perfectly.
Spirit Fox is barely hanging on there. The Spirit Fox gets taken out, but he still has 8 invisibility, so he can still get lots of value. Oh, she's going to backtrack there. He's got to get this back under control here, which should be fine. He still has 5 invises, so this Royal Champion will still be able to pick up a lot of value, and if he can get her away from that Poison Tower, that's going to be massive. There goes the Haste Vial, so she can speed up and get to that Merged Multi-Tower. Perfect invis to get that Ice Golem out of the way. Merged Multi-Tower is going to go down. He's going to backtrack over it to the Fire Spitter. Get those invises down. It is 5 a.m. in Japan, and the fatigue might be setting in. You see those reactions just a little bit off there. She's going to pop over and get that Furnace, and the Monolith will finally take it out. But look at that big chunk of the base taken out. A big thing here, Carbon. 1 minute, 10 seconds, and nothing else has been done.
Yeah, well, it was a huge RC charge into the core. Monolith remains as the Dragons are now down to the left side. Does not have a blimp. Selected that Siege Barracks. Is he going to end up dropping it? Yes, he drops it down by the Queen to the bottom side, as he's going to rely on these Dragons to path their way into the Town Hall to secure that. But get ready for traps. They're going to come on this back side of the Town Hall. There they are, as the Spitter is going to be hitting these Dragons with a Sweeper that's unfortunately pushing directly into the path of the Dragons.
The Sweeper is brutal. The air defense, the air bombs, everything. The Tornado's spinning them right round. The Queen's trying to work on the right side, but those Dragons are just getting destroyed one after another. Now the Royal Champion's going to step up and pick off even more. The Minion Prince is gone to Phoenix, and man, the main force of this army is all but gone. The last Dragon trying to work on the air defense. Sneezy's over there. Sneezy does get the air defense down. How's the Queen looking on the bottom side? She just went to ability. Action figures out. All right, Carbon, still a lot of base to be had and not a lot of force.
Yeah, that Monolith still remains. Queen's going to have to be forced to ability here. Well, no, actually, she was forced to ability as Super Minions have come out. Not enough Dragons alive. Monolith remains, and this is a defense for Dizi. And there it is. I mean, it's not over just yet, as there's a few more attacks left, but Navi has no chance to win on percentage in this match. Their only hope is that Mask or Fluxy were to 1-star. But at this point, they just gotta plan for the 2 stars, and a golden ticket is theirs.
Get their game plan in, and they can kind of just have fun the rest of the season. Obviously, they're going to want to go in and try to earn some prize money. We all want that big, beautiful prize money. But now there's not going to be as much pressure if they're not performing and not winning these qualifiers.
Yeah, a lot less pressure to have to get a golden ticket for Dizi if they're able to pull this one off here. But of course, they're going to want to still put effort to win more of the first place, second, third place prizes in each of the monthly qualifier, as Mask is pulling that Royal Champion back, make it a simple funnel near the Town Hall, and then he could send it. Wait a second. Okay, King, off to the left, I was going to say, with an Archer to the far right, there's no way you would send Root Riders to the right side and then end on the Town Hall. No, there it is. Log Launcher coming in. King, Queen going to work towards this Town Hall, secure that, and then the Root Riders will come down.
Yeah, find the easiest path to the Town Hall and take it. I wouldn't even be surprised if on Fluxy's attack, if there's a base like this, an anti-3 base, we see him, Royal Champion, charge the Town Hall once again like we saw in previous matches. But Mask is looking to secure those 2 stars. The Log Launcher will go in there, should pop open with Yetis, allowing him to take that Town Hall down. There's the Yetis out. Now he's got all that main force working around. The percentage is looking good, and this is all they need. They just need solid 2 stars here to lock this one up.
Yeah, with that Town Hall now down, 40%, just needs 10 more percent there to lock up the 2nd star. Continuing through, drops that rage for the Royal Champion towards this backside Ricochet Cannon, and the Monolith remains there as the Royal Champion still got ability. Couple Invis, Skeleton Spell deploy with a freeze, and he's past the 2nd star, so he's done his job at least doing that, and Fluxy will just have to do that as well as he continues to move around the space with the Super Barb around. Queen's got her ability, continue to rack up the percentage, and he's going to be able to take a deep breath as the final attacks will be slowly coming in.
Very well played here from Dizi. The first step is done. Just one more attack and they will be our first golden ticket winner. No bracket reset is looking imminent here, as they have just came to play. And I talked about it early on, Carbon. Their defensive has been something else throughout this whole tournament. The highest score they gave up is 11. The highest score they can give up in this matchup is only 11. And when you're playing against a field that has 5 out of the 6 Worlds teams, that's so impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just such an impressive performance that Dizi's doing. You can see there, Mask is happy. He's just ready to celebrate to getting that golden ticket. There's just the 2 more attacks remaining, and they are this close away from securing the first golden ticket of 2025. As that queen's getting a little bit more value into the 80s, and it's still above two of the attackers, which Gaku got a 75%, and then Stars got an 81%. So still amazing percentages that we're seeing here from Dizi, and that finishes at the 87% mark. And Dizi is just looking to run away with this.
Still force the bracket reset. It looks very, very unlikely, but you never know. Claus is getting ready here. He's got the roots. He's got the Royal Champion. He's got the Spirit Fox. And he's got a couple of Invises to accompany this right in towards that Town Hall compartment. Actually, it looks like she's going to go around unless he Invises some of these defenses, and does just that. He's going to try to push this Royal Champion right in for the Town Hall and take that out early. Oh, but it's baited, Carbon.
It is. This is baited. This is exactly, they probably planned for this entry. The Tornado Trap spinning the Royal Champion. He does decide to invest the ability, pulls her back. Spirit Fox is gone. But did he get the entire value he was looking for, as we got healers balloons coming straight through into a Giga Bomb to the outside here of the space, as Ice Golems are getting lured to the left. Hits the Giga Bomb, but the healers will be able to heal him back up, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem as Valkyries are deployed.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Claus. You can tell that definitely didn't go to plan. An old school bowler bounce there on the top side. You love to see that. You don't see too many bowler bounces these days. You can appreciate that if you're a longtime fan of Clash of Clans and competitive Clash of Clans. That used to be one of the top strategies to get those percentage points up, especially on those hit-ups back in the day. But now here we go. He's got a long way to go on this one. Troop launcher deployed late, and Claus feels defeated, it feels like here. He feels exhausted. You could just kind of see that he's just throwing it in and kind of just going through. He knows it's a long shot for them to have any chance here.
Well, he's not going to give up as the troop launcher drops those troops right into the core. He does have the Warden Internal Tome. He's got to time this perfectly to protect the healers. Sends in the ability now for the Wardens. The King and Queen are working to the tops and moving around the space, as there are no traps yet that have protected the healers, so hopefully they stay alive. Okay, there's one, there's two that hit the Sneezy, and now the rest of them are here, and these healers are going to get picked off one by one.
That's always catastrophic for these attacks. Oh my goodness, Sneezy just got nailed by a Seeking Air Mine and a Red Bomb. One more healer up. Oh, just kidding. That healer is just 8 alive. Queen is working through the middle, but man, there's still so many defenses remaining. He's still got some roots. He's still got the King. Still got Queen ability. He's alive here. This has a chance. I mean, let's not write it off too early here. But then again, I don't want to say anything because it could be a Bash Jinx.
The Super Barbs are coming in. He's got Headhunters to go through. That Queen's ability was clutch. And Claus will force Fluxy to have to deliver a 61% 2-star in order to win. So, a 1-star and Dizi will lose, but a 61% 2-star just needs the 61. That's it. This is 2 stars, 61% 2 stars, wins wars.
61% 2 stars does win wars, and it looks like he's going to do exactly what he did in the last match. Go right through the Town Hall here with the Spirit Charge. He's going to have to go through this King, though. Great. Oh, the King walks into the Invis. So great job there. He's going to have to Invis these defenses to push the Queen or the Royal Champion in. Actually, he's going to just work through there. Maybe he's going to elect to send the roots right through. Actually, overgrowthing the defenses right there. So yeah, Royal Champion is going to go ahead and haste valve through there. Earthquake. He's securing that Town Hall, taking no risks here, and he's going to run up that percent. He's still got 4 Invises, so he's going to run up as much percent as possible here with this Spirit Charge.
Yeah, he's going to take out the Poison Spell Tower, looking to then grab the multi-target Inferno as well. Maybe could path into the Monolith after the multi goes down, but that Overgrowth, oh wait, it just wears off. So he's going to turn down to the bottom side, dies off there. So he's secured the 1st star. Remember, he needs at least 2 with the 61. Can't get just the 1 star. He's output him only to 10. As we got some dragons to the top side with a baby dragon up there, balloons, and the rest of the dragons are coming to the right as the Queen and King. Oh, never mind. There is no Queen in this attack. It's just the King and Siege Barracks coming to the bottom.
Yeah, looking to not bring the Queen in, but the King with all those snakes. Look at the snakes hopping the wall and taking out that Expo. They're going to hop over and take out some more of these defenses, and the dragons just have some free reign on the top of the base. There's the 50%. There's the 2-star. And look at the left side of that base, Carbon. There's a lot of free percent over there. He should have no issue running this up to 61.
And he passes with the Warden Internal Tome now, moving his way into the core. The King's got his ability. Super Minis coming out of the Siege Barracks. They're grabbing it, and there is the 62% pass passes the mark, and Dizi will be your April monthly finals winners, taking home the first golden ticket of 2025 season, and they will be joining the World Championship later this year. Congratulations to them, and Fluxy gets it done in the final attack, and he can take a deep breath, relax, and now does not have to worry for the rest of the season until the World Championship.
GG's all around for both of these squads. A hard-fought victory for Dizi, and they just look dominant throughout our whole qualifier here, undefeated and never truly threatened as they come in and get this victory against Navi. This one is close on the scoreboard with 11-11, but that does not tell the tale here. The last two attacks were just comfortable 2 stars, as Fluxy's going to go ahead and work this one up to 91%. I don't think he's going to get that hero haul down, but you know this team is going to be celebrating and excited. But if you're Navi, you have to feel good about what you did here. After going to the lower bracket early, they made a nice little run. Now remember, Carbon, Navi will get a lot of points. They'll be able to have a little bit of edge on those other teams moving into the other qualifiers. If they're not able to secure a ticket through the monthly qualifiers, they will have that point leaderboard to go through. So coming in second place is huge. Dizi will get the 100 points, and I want to say it's 90 points for second place.
Yeah, let's go ahead and welcome the one and only Mask here to join us. And let me just first start off, Mask. Congratulations on earning the very first golden ticket this year. What is your thoughts? What was that experience like now earning the golden ticket?
Thank you so much, Carbon. Thank you, everyone. I'm sort of speechless. I still need to realize it's the first time I get a first golden ticket after a year of retirement. New team. Had a lot of faith in the guys. We hadn't not lost a war in the weeks, but you know, it's always hard to perform when it matters the most, when you're among the favorites and all the lights are on you. So I'm speechless. Like, GG's to everybody. We're super happy. Like, for real, like, couldn't have asked for a better weekend.
Yeah, you mentioned it there, Mask. Coming out of retirement, GG's on that. You guys definitely were dominant throughout this weekend. I guess, like, my question to you would be, what was the decision to come out of retirement? Was it just the opportunity to play with these guys? Was it just you saw what the team had to offer and it was just something you couldn't pass up?
Honestly, always dreamt to win a world championship. I've been multiple times to it and I never succeeded. At some point in life, you got to move on. I had to graduate at uni, but I graduated this year, so I saw there's maybe one last year to compete, and I said, why not? I knew I had a potential very good offer from some players that are awesome, mostly my friends, because I think chemistry is the key to succeed in the game. So I said, let's give it a shot. They were not too sure I would have been serious, but promise I was going to grind, and I did, except for this weekend. I was on holiday, honestly. Now they can know that I just opened the game for the World Championship, but what's good is good, and yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Well, congratulations again, man, coming out of retirement and taking home the first golden ticket. What a feeling. So now that you've earned the golden ticket, what is your guys' plans going into the rest of this year? That you know you could compete in each of the monthly qualifiers. Are we going to be seeing you guys again trying to win each one of them and prove that you're really the best?
We will be there. We will be there. I think last year had some issues because maybe didn't play as much before World, but this year we have this grateful, like, insane chance to play every qualifier, even just for prize, but mostly for showing competition, stay at the top, and that's what we're going to do. We are trying to win it all.
Sounds good, Mask. That sounds like a really great plan. Well, nothing but congratulations and GG's from all of us here at the caster desk. Any final words, any shout outs that you want to give before we let you go here?
For sure. So first of all, a huge shout out to our main builder, Daniel. He really carried, like, absolute goat. This weekend, I think we had by far the best defense. We did a lot, but he's the main responsible for this amazing defense. And then, of course, shout out to Drew, our manager, and to Lars, which is our friend. And they helped so much with preparation, scouting. Like, absolute thank you to everyone involved in Dizi. Couldn't be more grateful. Also, a big GG's to every team. Good luck in the future. And I guess we were kind of lucky this weekend.